Be calling you a radical. So, the greatest player who ever played at Weber State, ever. Now that's easy. He passed the great Trevon Smith. Rashid Shaheed. So, I interviewed Rashid right there the day he tore his ACL. That video of, what a story his is. And I said, Rashid, let's climb the fence here. Your number will be right up here one day. If you can see it, maybe get in here. Jamie Martin's is. The way Jamie Martin's coaching here now. So, I said, Rashid, what number you want up there, 8 or 22? So, 4 Big Sky championships. 4 in a row. Rashid's on there. All 4. Jay Hill off that team. How many guys are playing professional football now? Need to fix our poster, eh? You think? There's Alpeta right there. Jonah Williams. That's Maxwell Anderson right there. I still can't believe he's not in the NFL. That was my favorite season ever. This spring season. 4 in a row. Where's Rashid? See if we can find you hiding in there. I don't know. He's the guy here. So, looks like to me he's going to get traded. Now, hear me out. I got lots of good info. I always do. I'm connected with a lot of people. So, the Saints are in a total rebuilding. Rashid Shaheed is the most underpaid, underrated player in the NFL. That's unquestionable. He's been playing on the practice squad freaking. Now he's going to his 4th. He's getting $5 million this year, 5.3. Finally getting some money. But compared to his peers, what peers is to him? It's probably Cooper Kupp, another Big Sky guy. Because I look at the money he's getting. So, Derek Carr's retired. They have a new coach with the Saints. They're in a rebuilding phase. Rashid's going to be an unrestricted, finally, free agent at the end of this year. This is new, by the way. It's pretty cool. So, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. So, what does that mean? It's highly unlikely. It's possible. But it's highly, highly unlikely that Rashid Shaheed is a Saint next year. So what are they going to get for him? $5 million this year? Well, that's a steal. They've got a steal on him for the last 3 years. So my guess is he's going to get traded. Now, who's he going to get traded to? That's what I think. I think they're going to trade him. We'll see how it plays out, but they're totally rebuilding. Rashid's not going to be a Saint next year. Highly, highly unlikely, because he's going to get giant money next year. Gigantic money next year. Because, I call him lightning. We got those New Mexico Lobos were in for, because Thunder comes after Lightning, who ran 5 back in one season. And one got called back in one season, Going to break Rashid's record. Abraham Williams is a New Mexico Lobo. So, Rashid, I think there's a high possibility he goes to Denver. You heard me right. I know Sean Payton loves him. He talked about him. The other possibility, because believe it or not, God forbid, but I don't know, it'd be fun. Give us a reason to go to Vegas again. Tom Brady likes it. I could see him going to the Raiders, but really, I know Denver wants him. I don't know. I think a lot of teams want him. So, do I think he's going to be a Saint this year? No. No. I think they're going to trade him. And we'll see. By the way, his old playing partner there, the great Jonah Williams, is with the Saints. Of course, the incredible Tron Johnson with the Bills. Wow, what a career he's had. So, DBU. So I see Mark Collins is in the Canadian Football League, signed a contract. So has Eddie Heckard. So we got all these. The incredible Winston Reed with the Cleveland Browns. We got so many players in the NFL. One team, the best kept secret in Big Sky. So by the way, all you players, you know who those guys are on the concrete W up there? You see those guys walking around on the concrete W? The one dude's a guy who missed a block. Another guy forgot his playbook. So, but anyway, the greatest player in the history of Weber State football. This football program is old, really old. I mean, well over 100 years old. So, is Dylan Jones, speaking of Weber State, going to get a ring? Hey, think about it. He sits on the bench, but he's going to watch this epic series because most of the other series stink. My God, that Denver OKC series has been epic. Dylan Jones gets that front row seat. He hasn't played a second yet, but he might get a ring. I don't know. I think tomorrow will be decide the NBA championship. I think whoever wins that game is going to win it all. Of course, the Celtics might have something to say. I think I'll go watch that game right now. Go down to Utah and have a beer float. So, why Rashid Shaheed? Now, this is important. In his 3 years, actually 2.5, with the Saints, think about it. Undrafted. All the guys are just talking about are undrafted, except for TJ. Undrafted. I knew what he was from the get. First touch. Runs. And what was that, 40-something yard touchdown? Second touch. How long was that? His speed is incredible, but everybody thinks, obviously. Rashid Shaheed has never had a quarterback that could really. Derek Carr was pretty good to him, accurate but Dennis Allen, I couldn't stand the play calling. I think if Rashid Shaheed got in the right system, somebody appreciated what he was with the right quarterback, I think he's the new. He could be another Bob Hayes. I think he's possible Hall of Fame player. Rashid Shaheed isn't just about speed. He's got the best hands I ever seen. And I've been here forever. Rashid Shaheed right now, over a 2.5-year, 3-year period, he's the all-time in the history of the NFL record. Right now, we'll see how it plays out, is yards per catch. Everything's 20, 30, 40, 50 yards. Every time. How about this? Catches per attempts. That's how many times you catch it when you're the target. And he has the highest numbers in the history of the NFL. I've always said this about Rashid. I call him Lightning. I used to just call him the Rocket. Changed it to Lightning. And why did I change it to Lightning? Because when he's playing at the University of Utah, he ran the kickoff back early in the game, and Lightning struck the booth and knocked. Literally, they had to delay the game for like an hour and a half. So I changed it to Lightning. Kyle Whittingham shitting out both legs. So, of course, that's why I named Abraham Williams. Thunder comes after Lightning. Incredible, the players that have gone into the NFL, the players that excelled. Well, nothing like Rashid. Nobody. I mean, well, TJ, what a career he's had. Unbelievable. I could have believed it. Well, I did. So, why has Rashid got such great hands? He's not just about, he's got the best hands I've ever seen, ever. Well, watch Kevin Blanch put that soup can on his back for 4 years. That was my cancer. Back then, I never dropped. That's how focused I was. That's how focused he is. You can see he's all in. He's always been all in. I mean, I remember I used to talk to him all the time. He says, "Shit, what's your 40?" I don't know. Never clocked me. I said, "Why are you always fucking lying to me?" I ain't lying to you, man. I've never clocked me. So he did a podcast, I believe, after his rookie year with the show. He said, "No, I'd never been clocked at the 40." He didn't get to go to the combine. He would have. You know, a game that meant nothing, he played. That nasty, nasty tackle here at home on the 11-yard line. So, Dylan Jones getting an NBA ring? Let's hope. Damian Lillard made a statement. Says, "I ain't going down this way." Good for him, man. That was my exact line in 2011 when the doctor told me I had 2 months to live with AML leukemia. I was tied here this whole year. I made the most of my situation. I'm literally attached to the hip at that hospital. Open heart surgery twice, AML leukemia. It's been a long, freaking tough battle. But I'd love to see Rashid get traded to somebody who's got a good, well, I'd like to see him play with a great quarterback. There were good quarterbacks here, really. I mean, I never talk about Clark. He was excellent, but with Rashid, you know, he never played with Clark. He played with Cantwell. I love Cantwell. What a fucking quarterback, but he wasn't a big arm guy. You know, that game at Cal, that was Rashid's really first game. Just look out. I was in San Diego in the old stadium. I can't believe they tore that down. It was on Rashid's birthday. You know, when Weaver was going to upset San Diego State, Rashid ran to, and I'm doing the call for KWCR. You know, by the way, they're getting their signal back, 88.1, which is a nightmare. They sold it off, and from what I hear, it's going to be 94.7. But anyway, I says there's only one kick return by Rashid Shaheed, and it was his birthday in his hometown. I says he's gone to Tijuana. The Phantom Flag. I have that video. You can't find it anywhere. Nothing's out there, but kickoff returns. Well, the way they changed that rule, it didn't work out the way I thought it would. But I mean, I wish they'd go back to the old kickoff return. But I get it. The injury thing's a big deal, and I understand. So I love Big Sky football. We'll see how Weber State. I think Weber State's going to have a bunch of really loaded with talent. We'll see how it plays out this year. So, where do I think he's going? Denver? I think there's a high possibility he goes to Denver. But I don't know. But I think they're floating him right now. You know, I got all kinds of connections. He's trade bait right now. Listen, he gets $5.3 million, which is incredible still this year. Well, the last 3 years, he's been playing for the league minimum, for real. The 2-year practice squad really is a 4-year deal in the NFL. So, he'll be an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season. Unrestricted. You know what kind of check he's going to get? Oh, my God. He'll be a $200 million man. For real. For real. People know. Everybody in the NFL knows what I've known for a long time. So, if the Saints were to say they're in a rebuilding year, are they really going to say, okay, $5.3 million, which is very, very, I mean, that's a steal this year. But the reality of him staying in New Orleans, it's possible. I mean, it's going to be a couple $100 million depending what this quarterback situation. But they really don't, I mean, they got a bunch of young quarterbacks that are going to be, does Rashid really want to go there? I mean, you got a 10-year window, man. That's if you stay healthy. I think, well, look who Rashid's agents are now. Before, I mean, so Rashid, I would highly unlikely to be a New Orleans Saint in 2026. God, do you believe we're saying that? 2026. So I think he's going to get traded. Where's he going to go? I don't know, but sure be nice to see him with a great quarterback, wouldn't it? And there's plenty of great quarterbacks all over the NFL. He's never been with one. Cantwell, love Cantwell. He's one of my favorite players of all time. The team was so good. Constantine, love Constantine. Tough as hell. Freaking, but he was more of your running big sky prototype quarterback. He wasn't the big down the field. And look, Weber State never used Rashid Shaheed properly. Never. Never. You know, Jay Hill is a defense guy. I mean, he's an incredible defensive guy. I mean, Jay Hill's philosophy was just go get the lead. I mean, their defenses were like offense. I mean, you're talking the greatest defenses in the Big Sky. I mean, right there in the history of the Big Sky. I mean, they were incredible. I mean, unbelievable. Adam and Rodriguez. Oh my God, how good was he? Is he? Jonah Williams, you know, TJ, all the DBU. So, Cantwell, he wasn't the pass guy, and they never designed plays for Rashid properly. Never, never. And then Bronson, Barron. I wish he would have never left. I think he had incredible potential. Look, he played in a damn boot for a year and a half. I mean, he literally played in a boot. He had a big arm. You know, once they started getting plays to him, whatever started to click. But I like Derek Carr and Rashid, but I never really felt like they were using Rashid properly. I mean, they did those big fly patterns, and that was set up nice the way they'd set that up, and he just blow by deep. And I mean, Derek Carr's big arm. I never seen anybody that could actually overthrow Rashid Shaheed. Derek Carr tried a couple times, but Rashid go down there and gets him on the tips of his fingers and gone. I mean, I really feel, I honestly believe he's the most underrated player in the NFL, underpaid player in the NFL. If he gets with the right coach that appreciates who he is and what he is, he's not just speed. I'm here to tell you. He did an interview recently, a podcast. I loved it. Go ahead, keep sleeping on me. Keep sleeping on me. They've been sleeping on him his whole life. For real. You get him in the right system, right thing, I think he's MVP stuff. I honestly do. I think he's Hall of Fame stuff. We'll see if somebody's smart enough there to grab him. And I think the Saints see the writing on the wall. You know, they're going to get him for 1 year. It's a rebuilding year with a bunch of quarterbacks. I mean, they have no clue who's going to play quarterback. And so I think it's in everybody's best interest, including Rashid's, for a trade. I think he's got smart ass. I mean, he's got really smart, intelligent agents now. I mean, I'd like to see him with a Super Bowl contender. Why not Denver? I mean, I love Bo Nix. I mean, that dude. By the way, we got a local kid here, the New York Giants. You know, he's born and raised right here in Weber County, right here, Roy, Utah. Jackson Dart. He's with the Giants. So yeah, he's Roy High School. You know, that's him. And so Noah that plays here, Silent J, his dad was his coach when he went down there to the college football team, which is the high school team, which is really a college team. Well, I remember another guy when I was in high school, I knew really well, best athlete I ever fucking saw when I was young. That's saying a lot. Roy High School, named Jim McMahon. What the fuck? The punter. I remember the first time I met him in the park in Roy when we were in ninth grade. He was in 10th grade drinking beer on a Sunday. Freaking, he was punting. And I'm like, oh, did you see that? And that's where I first met him. That's the fucking greatest athlete I ever fucking met, besides Rashid, Trevon Smith. So I think he's going to get traded, and let's hope somewhere close so we can actually travel and go see a game, watch him. So go Rashid. Will Dylan Jones get a ring? I don't know. Game 7 tomorrow. He's sitting on the bench, but what a learning experience getting to watch that. Wow. Yeah. You know, so I think they're going to trade him. I honestly do. So can't wait for football season. It's coming right up. Really, it's only May. Stay tuned.